Welcome back, I'm Inigo, this is Scrambled Cake. So today I wanted to talk about something real quick, something before the next Fallout video, just to wrap that up. I've been working on other stuff as well, and that's just going to take a bit more time. So I thought I'd do this because I saw this video last night on Facebook. Yes, people still use Facebook. Boomers are people too. Anyways, it's about Iron Lung. Ever since I saw the trailer, I'm not really super excited about the game or the movie, but I am a big horror fan, and any good horror is good. And from what I've been seeing so far, this movie is praised on two levels. On the one hand, artistically, I think, and story-wise, it's apparently a solid movie. But on the other hand, everyone's been glazing the fuck out of this movie because it's a low-budget movie that managed to find great success. Like, in business, I guess in life too, there's three main ways to measure, like, money being made. The first is revenue, that's just all the money coming in. The second is income, which is money minus expenses. Third is profit margin, and that's just the percentage of income over the revenue. Profit margin is basically everything that you're going to take home. And the reason why I wanted to make this video is Hollywood and all these analysts are taking the wrong fucking lesson from this. And I think this guy, Dylan, Newsdaddy, again from Facebook, this isn't an attack on him, but he was able to summarize everything in like 1 minute 38 seconds, and we're just going to use his video. I'm going to react to every point he says, and I'm going to explain it a bit more and why it's basically a mistake, and people are taking the wrong lessons from this. So, yeah, Dylan, don't copyright strike me or anything. I'm pretty sure this is fair use. So yeah, let's go back to the video. I saw this right before I was going to sleep last night, and haven't seen it since. This is pretty much my raw reaction for now.
Hollywood is not ready for YouTubers, and Markiplier's horror movie Iron Lung that just released on the weekend proves this. You see, in Hollywood at a wide release level,
no, it doesn't. I'm gonna explain it a bit.
Almost no films are self-financed by a single individual. They
That much is true.
always have to have the backing of studios, banks, distributors, etc. But not only did Mark single-handedly fund this entire movie, but he also wrote it, directed it, starred in it. He produced...
Okay, first off, there have been two YouTubers in the last 12 months who did this. Obviously, one is Markiplier over here, and the other one was Chris Stuckman. The reason why Chris Stuckman doesn't fit in this definition is that he's not Markiplier levels of big. Like, Markiplier is like 30 million viewers and like, I'm sure millions of dollars in the bank. He's been doing YouTube for 10 plus years, pretty much the same time as Chris Stuckman. But Chris Stuckman is a smaller YouTuber with a smaller, less monetizable business or like channel structure. So Chris Stuckman needed like, I forgot, David Fincher, who co-financed it. No, Mike Flanagan. Yeah, Mike Flanagan of Oculus, Dr. Sleep, Haunting of Hill House. Yeah, that guy. Anyways, Chris Stuckman, I think, did a crowdfunding thing before, and then he needed the help of Mike Flanagan, and obviously I think Mike Flanagan was into the project as well. So this is kind of true, kind of not. The fact is, Markiplier is like half of PewDiePie in terms of size, and we know PewDiePie makes bank. So if PewDiePie wanted to make a movie, he could just make it just like that. So this is wrong. Self-finance thing, it's a fluke. It's a bunch of bullshit, and people are gonna take the wrong information, or like the wrong takeaway in this self-financers thing, and they're gonna lose a lot of money. That's gonna be my prediction on it. Let's move on.
the movie under his own Markiplier Studios. He shot it without any big studio backing. And after 3 years of hard work, when it came time to actually release it, he spent virtually no money on marketing. And
Okay, that's bullshit. Yeah, that's true. He did spend zero money technically on marketing, but the reason why he was able to do that is because he's a big fucking YouTuber with 30 million subscribers and a regular viewer base. Okay, I think we need to take a step back and remember the fact that this isn't this guy's take, okay? He's regurgitating, or like, he's not regurgitating, he's taking in all these talking points from everywhere else and condensing it into a 1 minute, 1.5 minute video for Reels and Facebook and everything else. Okay? This guy's alright. The MBAs and the bean counters, they're the ones who are saying this. Fucking yeah, because obviously you can just make a movie, release it to the public with zero marketing like Markiplier, without doing YouTube for like 10 years and building a very big, very loyal audience base. Like, I'm subscribed to Markiplier. Obviously you kind of have to after the whole meme, but I don't really watch his stuff. Like, it's there. Every once in a while it's on my homepage. And without me watching it, it's going to have millions of views. That claim, again, not by this guy, by these industry bean counters, that claim that you can just release a movie and that's going to be the business model, zero marketing, it's complete fucking bullshit. I'm like this fucking thing on Markiplier right now. This is my face right now, internally and externally. Let's move on.
Even decided to self-distribute the movie to theaters, relying solely on his fan base.
Yeah, that's true. If you didn't have a big enough base, and I haven't worked in the movie industry, but I do know enough about businesses and like how this stuff works from my previous life in corporate, which you can see a lot of where this resentment and anger is coming from. These things have to be brokered beforehand, and that's why Markiplier, I think, only did a limited release and then told the fans, hey, if you want this shown, like, show me actually where the demand is. Because what would happen is, and this is the thing why Hollywood has big budgets, is that they would just mass spam this on everyone else. I live in the Philippines, so we've had a lot of great movies just not show here because our country is one of the places where the studio says, hey, we're not going to show this cool movie because statistically, when we showed these movies before, it didn't really sell. So it doesn't make sense for us to cover the cost of showing those things over there because we're going to get broke. Markiplier is a very small, again, $3 million is not nothing, but it's all in like the grand, bigger movie machinery. It's a very small amount compared to what these big movie studios are dealing with on the regular. So this is, I guess, one way. If you want to have a smart takeaway from all of this, you fucking idiots with your MBAs, this is what's actually happening. It's word of mouth. That's fucking it. It's word of mouth. That's it. And the reason why is because, number one, let's just fucking... Okay, so 2 years ago, Markiplier dropped the Iron Lung trailer on his channel, an established channel on YouTube. 11 million views. It blew up. You guys know the story. 1 month ago, he dropped the trailer for the final trailer, 6.2 million views. Okay, so the first one 2 years ago was a teaser. 1 month ago was a final trailer which had the story elements. 6.2 million views. That's about a drop off of 50%. Meaning, for 2 years, he was able to keep interest on this audience. And the reason for that is because fucking Iron Lung was already popular. And Markiplier made it kind of a bit popular, but it exists on its own. I personally have seen lots of YouTube videos discussing Iron Lung, which is why I've never played the game. Like the footage you're seeing here in the background, that's me because I got the game on like sale for this video. I've never played it, and I've never felt the need to play it because I've watched so many videos talking about Iron Lung because the concept itself is fucking cool. So you're writing off the concept of what Iron Lung is by the creator. I'm gonna credit the guy right. David Szymanski. Yeah, props to David Szymanski. He made something so cool that it basically changed a lot of things in indie gaming and indie horror. Markiplier fell in love with that project, eventually made it into a movie, wrote, directed, edited, and blah blah blah, did everything mostly by himself. He showed the trailer to the world, which is the point of the trailer. It's to say, hey, we're working on something cool, you guys want to see it? 11 million people, 700,000 likes. And then 1 month later, or like 1 month before this, 6.2 million views, 584,000 likes. People were interested in the story to begin with, and people were interested in what Markiplier was cooking up. This should be obvious to everyone.
Distribute the movie to theaters, relying solely on his fan base.
Yeah, so solely on his fan base, it's not necessarily true. It's mostly on his fan base, but also because it's the fact that the project, I'm gonna say this again, it's really fucking cool. So you know what? I'm gonna pop a nerve. Let's just continue.
All of this should have never worked.
Yeah, it's not gonna work anywhere else, dumb shits.
But it did. So many of Markiplier's fans called up theaters requesting that they show this movie that it was picked up by all 3 major US theater chains with over 3,000 venues in just the US and Canada alone.
Yeah, so about that, we still don't have Iron Lung showing here in the Philippines, but we are gonna get it soon. And again, the reason for that is word of mouth and being smart about distribution, because you have to pay these cinemas something, and you have to work out a percentage as well, I think. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I know that money's involved, and if Markiplier were to just shotgun this thing into the world without doing any kind of market research, which is a thing that he should be doing, and it's a thing that is actually my career is based off of. I've consulted businesses on how to solve their business problems, since this whole thing is riling me up. If he did that, he'd know exactly, okay, these are the potential locations where we could show it in, and then if people demand it on social media, then that's how they would, they'd release it maybe like a few weeks later. But what he did was, the smart thing that he did was word of mouth, and made something really fucking good, and then using the data after the fact to just pretty much catch up. And I'm not even gonna say use the data like he did. It's that thing's dumb. You're not Markiplier, and you're not that big. You're not that important in life. You're not gonna make this happen. So just like literally do your research beforehand. Determine where you're gonna show your movies, and then if more demand, that's the keyword here, more demand pops up, then release it in those areas. Otherwise, just do things the traditional way, but make it good. The thing that you need to take away from this, and I'm doing like the Trump hands thing with like the arms facing away from me because of how, again, fucking tensed up. The reason why this thing blew up is because when you saw the trailer, you saw the passion in the creators, and you could tell that this was going to be something. Then people actually saw it, and they saw that it was good, and now people wanted to watch it. It's really not that complicated. You make a good thing, people want to see the good thing, people are going to see the good thing, and they're going to pay money to see the good thing. Oh, yeah, but obviously this doesn't make sense because this is what my MBA taught me. Then fucking shut the fuck up. Does Markiplier have MBAs? Does Markiplier have people like you under his team? Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Plus an additional 1,200 theaters worldwide. And here's where things get crazy, because Iron Lung had a budget of no more than $3 million.
Yeah, so people are gonna... It's gonna be so funny when studios are gonna look at this and be like, no, 3 million's a cap. Markiplier did this in a box of caves with a bunch of scraps. 3 fucking million, no more than that. Because Markiplier took 3 million and made it 22 million counting. No. The reason why it did make that, because number one, the game was set in an actual Iron Lung. Like, if you were a solo developer like David Smansky, and you wanted to make a game, you wanted to do it quick. What he did was something great, because he just took a game, set it inside a he set it in a submarine, and that's pretty much all the set that you have. And from what I've been seeing in the trailer, I'm gonna see this as soon as I can, when it comes out over here, but that's pretty much all the set that you have. And Markiplier is all the actors that he has. And so what it is basically one sound stage or like studio thing. And obviously you're gonna have a crew, but that's the whole set. That is not fucking most movies.
But in its opening weekend alone, it has made over 21 million worldwide. That's 7 times its budget.
See, this is where a lot of these MBAs and Suits and bean counters make the dumb mistake. They look at this, they look at the 3 million, they look at the 21 million, and they hyperfixate on the 7 times the budget detail, ignoring the fact that what made this 3 million, or the things that add up to make this only 3 million, it's completely retarded. Hey everyone, Editor Me here, and I forgot to mention that they're also going to fixate on the 7x figure, as if, you invest like $1 and you get back 7, and somehow magically it's going to scale. Like, for example, if they invest something like 40 million in a movie, somehow that's going to also 7x. That's how these guys think. Anyways, back to the rant.
First place. That's despite Sendhelp having a $40 million budget and being produced by Spider-Man's Sam Raimi. It even beat
Okay, so I'm gonna go back a bit here. So Sam Raimi, obviously Spider-Man and Evil Dead. Yeah, 40 million. You know what? I'm gonna say it. Hollywood is actually on track on this. It's a good story, it's a good concept, and it's 40 million. 5 years ago, this would have been 100 million. Or something like that. 80 million, 100 million. The fact that it's only cost like 40 million and you're gonna have a bit of pretty much the same amount in marketing, at least from how I understand it, this is already a good sign. Hollywood, don't be greedy. You don't need to drop this to 4 million so you can make Markiplier Iron Lung money. Fucking come on. Iron Lung is a fluke. Iron Lung is a once in a lifetime thing. Once in a decade thing. Don't push your luck.
Even beat Melania at the box office this weekend, and that had the president's backing. This kind of movie rollout driven solely by audience demand is virtually unheard of.
Yes, audience demand of good quality stuff to watch. Have you guys thought about that? Because If the reviews had a lot more negative stuff, we'd have much more mediocre figures. I'm not a huge Five Nights at Freddy's fan. I watched the first movie, it was alright. I tried watching the second and couldn't get through it. I'm a unk now, and we just care less. And that's just not my thing, and that's fine. But I will say this, one thing that he did get right was audience demand, and that demand is for something that's good. This whole thing that, I guess what's really bothering me about this is the fact that there were two figures that... Actually, let's just finish this whole thing.
For an independent creator. And so, I'll say again.
Okay, that was pretty much done. So I guess the whole crash out of the day stems from the fact that I really hate stupid people. And the stupid people hyperfixated on two things. The fact that you can make movie apparently with just 3 million in budget. Actually, three things. 3 million budget, 7 times returns, and counting, and 0 marketing. You cannot just make a movie and throw it out there to the world. Just like that. You cannot even make a YouTube video and throw it out to the world like that. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a very small channel that's starting up, and I'm not gonna be surprised if this only got like 2 views. I'm not gonna lie. And that is minimal budget, actually 0 budget, now that I think about it. 0 marketing, and 0 returns. Okay? It's so stupid, these fucking bean counters and MBAs thinking they know business because they read books and shit. Like, no dude, you're fundamentally reading the math wrong and the context wrong. I'd suggest you go read another book, but that's not gonna help you. Go look at the data, go try and understand what the data is, understand the context, and maybe you'll figure out the very basic and fundamental successful equation, like success equation in all of this. If you make something good, people are gonna wanna come check that out. If you make something good and people enjoy it, they're gonna tell more people about it. And when more people check that out, you're gonna make a lot more money. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me for now. Like, subscribe, that other stuff. This was just a quick video I wanted to do. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Fallout video is coming out soon. Episode 8 came out, I think, yesterday. I'm not gonna watch it till tomorrow because life, and I don't want to yet. So yeah, I hope to stick around for that. It's gonna come out in a few days. I'm gonna wrap up the whole what actually happened in New Vegas, because I pretty much did everything else from episode 1 to episode 6, and we only have 2 more to go. So I think once everything's settled, I'll actually lay out everything that we know from the ending of New Vegas that the show actually addressed, and then we'll figure out what the courier actually did. So do hope you stick around for that. Again, yeah, fuck these guys. I'm Inigo signing off for now. Bye.